Non-Academic Staff Union of Education and Associated Institutions, which is NASU, and the Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities have voiced dissatisfaction over the inauguration of a renegotiation committee by the federal government to address the contentious 2009 agreement with university unions. In a statement by the Joint Action Committee of NASU and SSANU, the unions expressed concerns about being sidelined, alleging that the process was biased towards the Academic Staff Union, which is ASU. They claim that the minister's speech mainly focused on ASU, with minimal reference to the non-teaching staff unions, suggesting an unfair renegotiation process. The unions have been calling for a renegotiation very recently, and the minister has come out to speak to them, but he's mostly talked about ASU and not other. This has sparked worry from other bodies and agencies that are concerned with education. What do you think about this?
You see, I think their worries are valid. Their concerns are valid. I mean, the academic staffs alone cannot run the institutions. In fact, it is even the non-academic staffs. They are the ones that are running the institutions. And for that singular reasons, I think they should be treated with care and consent. If there are agreements that have been made in the past that borders on their welfare, I think those agreements should be met. And if there are issues that needed to be discussed that concerns the academia, I think it will not be out of place if these people are carried along. You see SSANU, you see NASU, without them, these institutions cannot run. Just like the health sector, where you have the nurses and other health attendants, at times they get angry because people feel that it's just the doctors alone that are the ones that should be, celebrated, and treated with care and caution. So, in the case of the universities, I think, like I've said before, their concerns are valid. The Ministry of Education should look into it and ensure that they are properly taken care of, so that we don't have a situation where the system will be grounded, because they have the capacity to ground the system, and if they do that, it will be even worse than when ASU go on strike.
In a previous story that preceded this, the unions gave the federal government a 15-day ultimatum to act, or else there would be strike implications. And we all know how strike goes in Nigeria when it comes to education. It can drag. The previous one dragged for a very long period of time.
Let me also commend them now for coming up to speak up, because for very many Nigerians, we only know ASU, and that's why even when they went for the meeting, the security people were also, the way they reported did not give them cordial respect the way they give to ASU leaders and membership. That is because they are not well known. The people who are always in the media talking is usually ASU. So I want to believe that now that they have woken up to their responsibilities, first of all, I also appreciate the issue of renegotiations, because the renegotiation is needful, because the decision of is it 2009?
Yes.
Yes, and now we are in 2024. So many things have
over 15 years.
Yeah, so many things have changed.
Technology has been advanced.
So let me commend the federal government and the both parties who are willing for renegotiation. It's a good thing, but again, it is not good for any of the union that are stakeholders in this education industry to be treated with liberty. They are also stakeholders in this industry, and if you are talking about renegotiation of their welfare, renegotiation of activities and actions and programs, that the integral aspect of it, give them that opportunity. And I also want to say, let us not always wait for strike actions before we can resolve issues. It's always unfortunate, like I said, and I will always repeat again, that we have a country that you are only valued based on your capacity to breach security, based on the violence nature that you have. That's only when leaders take you serious. But when you conduct yourself lawfully and gently, it looks as if you are stupid, you are foolish, and you are not reasonable. So I think also have shown some level of rascality in some areas positive rascality anyway. And then I also feel that the non-academic staff are expected to show some rascality too. But I want to encourage this government, Minister for Education, the stakeholders who were in that meeting, not to encourage continual rascality, so that things will get better. So in other words, let me apologize on behalf of government, because it's democracy now, we are all government, to the non-academic staff, that you should not be angry. Don't plan to go to strike. Minister, please do the needful.